All right.
So the Grim Reaper idea. I really like the idea that
Wait, shouldn't we talk about something? Should we say hi first? Hi.
I thought we weren't talking to an audience here.
We are talking to an audience here.
All right, fine.
Well,
hi,
technically,
audience.
if someone listens to it.
No one's gonna listen. Okay, fine. Maybe they will.
What do you? You have to have some sort of confidence in this, all right?
All right.
Wait, say hello. You have to say hello.
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 Peeps.
Peeps.
Of this wonderful nation.
It's like the marshmallow.
Yeah.
All right.
Peeps,
So what we're doing is, I saw a meme, and now we're gonna turn it into a little skit thing.
Oh yeah, was it a meme?
Well, yeah, it was a meme. I think. I don't actually remember what it looks like. I just remember the idea.
Yeah, same. I remember it being I don't know. Who cares?
Let me just.
We're changing into a skit.
Yeah. Let's give the. Do you want to give a brief run through of what we're like the idea is?
So essentially, it's about Grimm Reaper, and it's looking upon all the world religions. So in all world religions, they believe in some form of an afterlife or whatever they believe in. But the Grimm Reaper is never actually discussed in any of them. Maybe the Roman Catholic one. But
he's kind of discussed. He's like there's people who represent people like sending people, taking souls into heaven.
They always talk about what happens, but there's in the Bible they say there's purgatory after you die, and in purgatory that's where your soul goes, where it's decided if you go to heaven or hell. Yeah. The only actual time that the Grimm Reaper is discussed is he has different names. He's called I think it's the Spirit of Death. In the story of Egypt, where Moses was trying to free the slaves of Egypt, but the guy was saying no. That's when God sent the Spirit of Death upon all of Egypt, and anyone who got goat's blood and smeared it above their door where they lived, the people who followed that, it didn't harm them. But anyone else who didn't follow that, meaning they were on the side of the Führer, or no, it wasn't the Führer, that's Germany. It was the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh.
Führer.
If you're on the Pharaoh's side, then you would have got doomed. So they would take your firstborn kid at the death, and that was the death of the firstborn child in the Bible. He killed his son. So and that was like a punishment. So that's the only time that the Spirit of Death, and AKA the Grim Reaper, was mentioned
in the Bible, right?
Beyond that, it's like the Grim Reaper is never really discussed in anything. He's just kind of like this figure. He's like a
more of a social thing than a religion thing, right?
Yeah.
Like just the idea of someone shepherding people into the afterlife.
There's also the whole saying, like something about the Lake of Death, and he takes you across or something.
Oh, that's the Greek myth. Taking you to Hades. And he takes you on a ferry ride down the river Styx to get into the kingdom of Hades. I don't remember what his name is because I'm a moron.
But either way, it's always this character in every
They're always so gloomy. So the idea here is we like the Grim Reaper and all. He's a great guy. Went over to his house last Saturday, right?
Yeah, nice bone soup.
Oh yeah,
really
spooky, scary skeletons. We're gonna take that character and kind of play him in that he's just a receptionist for all the different religions, and he plays the character. Well, he does what he does. He sends people to the afterlife, but he's just a receptionist, and people come up and they're like, "Oh, you're Muslim. Well, you can go here. And you're Christian. Oh, you go up to heaven or go down to hell or whatever." It's like the sixth door on the right.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything. I'll wait here for your waiting time will be a couple hundred years, but I'll get to you eventually. That's a lot of work. I mean, only one Grim Reaper to confine all these souls to where they're supposed to be. What about animals?
Does he have assistants?
Yeah, little assistants. Grim Reapers in training.
What should the assistants look like? Okay, so the Grim Reapers has to be like
like the stereotypical Grim Reaper looking. They should look like the Shy Guys from like Mario and like little things on. Just got little black cloaks.
He's got a mask on. We give him red eyes.
Yeah, little red glowing eyes, maybe yellow ones.
Yeah, just little lights. And then he's got like a big robe, and he'll have like a scythe with him. We can make a joke or something out of that probably. And then he has assistants and stuff running around, and they shepherd people to the right areas.
Like Bill and Ted when I think it was the second movie, they go to heaven and hell, and they're riding along the Grim Reaper, and he's just getting dragged along.
Ruthless.
There's not a game that you can beat the Grim Reaper at. He's the master of all games. So yeah, we want to base this on that. We want to do a skit with the Grim Reaper on it.
Yeah, with the Grim Reaper shepherding people. It's supposed to be a little bit comical.
It's really cool too, because I remember when I was in grade 10. In drama, we had this production we were doing, and it was pretty much the idea of the production was you had to say the lines, but then after you said the line of what your character said, you had to say what the character was thinking. And it was a routine to like try to get into character and develop character down to like more in depth.
Yeah.
So you could understand and like you pretty much
take one simple thing and then just turn it into like a more complicated thing.
And everybody in the class, they were doing something where like there are two people fighting, be like, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry this happened." And be like, "I really don't care what happened to him. Honestly, I want to leave this conversation." And I picked up on that a lot of people were doing that. So I came up with the idea with my partner. I was like, what if we do something in the afterlife where you play someone who's dead, but you've had experience with death before, and I played the Grimm Reaper. And my ambition, because I wanted to get something, was her soul, but her ambition was to get back to the normal life. So you could, as we walked around, it was really cool because we were talking about something that happened because her character had been in a car crash and she's in a coma. So she was in between the divine worlds. And this was the second time she's been there because her story was that like she almost died when she was younger, but she escaped and she's trying to escape again. And we ended the show with these boxes on stage, and she was laying on it. It was supposed to represent like her laying on a gurney or like a hospital bed. Mm-hmm. And right before the Grimm Reaper is about to capture her soul, I fall behind the boxes, so I disappear, and she wakes up and she's out of the coma and she's in the hospital. And the way we did it was so perfectly well constructed. We were the only group that had lights.
Nice. Lights. By that we mean stage lights.
Yeah, everyone else just like, I want to get this over with.
I like things like that, taking just a small idea and turning it. He says literally, that's what we're doing right now. Yeah. I like taking a small idea and having fun with it. All right. So we should. I suppose we should have an idea of where we want to go with it. Obviously, we have the idea, but we want comedy? So we should maybe have like. We can start it with a normal. What's the normal thing that everyone would get? I'm thinking like just a Christian afterlife. The first person to walk up to the Grimm Reaper's desk from the line.
What if we want to do it comical? What if we like make like a joke? Maybe it's some guy working his average 9-to-5 job, and he's sitting at a desk and he hates it. He's like gritting his teeth.
Oh yeah,
he wants out of there, right?
The Grimm Reaper hates it.
It's not even him. Like this is supposed to be a human, right? Just an average guy, and he says like maybe something along the lines as like, God, if I was some defined being, I bet I'd be doing something much better, or like only a chump would get this kind of job. And then he ends up dying somehow, some way. And then it cuts to the afterlife, and the Grimm Reaper's in the same position in a desk, just like, bound for thousands of trillions of years here. Bet a human has a better life than this. And then he comes walking in, and that's how it starts off, and that's how we transfer over to the spirit realm.
So he's working like a retail job. So he's at his retail job, and he just drops dead on the floor and wakes up in purgatory.
So he wakes up in purgatory, and then he'll say, I don't want him to understand that he's dead yet, though. So then he'll walk over to the desk, and then there'll be the Grimm Reaper there, and look in the exact same position that he was in. And he'd be like, only a chump would have to live like this.
Oh, it's literally the same desk. We'll just like slide it over. It's the same desk, but we've draped some black cloth over.
What if we make fun of it though? He'd be like, "Wait a second, no, you're sitting at my desk." And the Grimm Reaper's like, "No, this is my desk." And there's like a little name tag thing there where it slides out, slides his name out, and puts Mr. Grimm Reaper right there with a little skull face. My desk.
It's got like a little skull smiling.
Guy doesn't understand that he's dead yet, and it turns into like one of those other small little skits. All right, listen here. He's like, "No, you listen here. All right. I've been working this job for longer than a human man has ever existed."
The Grimm Reaper treats him like a bad customer. Maybe the guy has to deal with a bad customer just beforehand. So he's doing his job, and then a customer comes up to him, and it's just like, "Listen, I have to return this. Ma'am, you can't return bananas to the store. And already 2 of them are gone. I can see that. These bananas are absolutely horrible. They are just terrible. I refuse to believe that a store such as yourself would sell these bananas," or whatever, right?
Yeah.
She's going off on him. And he's just sitting there just like, "No, ma'am, you can't do that. That's not a thing. Get out." And he comes up to the Grimm Reaper and is like, "I'm not dead." And the Grimm Reaper's just like, "Sir, please proceed to the 4th door down the hall on the left. Sir, please proceed." Just going on.
Yeah.
He has to do something to kind of pique the Grimm Reaper's interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Wait, so was that's from like the guy's point of view, right? Before.
Kind of, yeah. The guy's
Or it's like
point of
the
view.
idea, but that'd be like what the Grim Reaper has to deal with in like his own realm.
Well, we can write something where like it's juxtaposed. The guy. Did I use that word right? I don't know. The guy makes this pretty much the same argument as the Grim Reaper is to him. They're just both. He has to deal with a rowdy customer, and then he becomes the rowdy customer.
Oh, and then the Grim Reaper has to deal with a rowdy soul.
Yeah, the rowdy soul.
And then each soul represents something else that they believe in, and the Grim Reaper has to lead them to their end location.
Yeah, he's trying to take him. He's trying to take the guy to
He's
heaven.
like the tour guide of like the afterlife. Like before, like when you take like a cruise somewhere, and they're like, oh yes, or not a cruise, like maybe like a tour bus, and they're touring everything around. They got to get you to your end destination.
They're like, oh, there's Elysium, and oh, don't look in there. That's a lot of virgins.
Ooh,
Whoa! That one's exclusive to people with
with that
fiery ends.
Exactly.
Okay. So we start out with him. He's just going through the monotony of being cashier, and someone comes in. He's a rowdy lady comes in, or a guy, and has a problem with whatever, right?
Maybe after he deals with the customer, it's like he's off. Maybe he puts his head down for just a second, and maybe the lights can flicker on stage on and off, and then he can get up, doesn't realize he's dead, and then when he's leaving like the stage, he ends up back on the other side, like, wait, what? And then now it's the next realm over. It's the Grim Reaper at the desk, and when he approaches it, that's when we engage, initiate the scene.
Right. He probably just starts out. I think the Grim Reaper is like he's become efficient at his job to the point of like just he sits at his desk and he stares forward as the line like comes towards him, and he's just like, all right, go down there, go there, Muslim, you go there. Yeah, he says it.
Follow that path right there.
Christian, see the glowing doors down there.
Wait, Christian, did you truly believe, or did you half-ass it like all the other guys?
He asks that, and then the person's like, I truly believed. And then he riffles through some paper and then goes, go to the red door.
Your 16th birthday party, the baby, or the birthday suit right here. Yeah, we see everything. Red door. Person tries to escape. There's like an alarm system. He like wheels his big like hook thing in the air. It deems his soul.
His hook thing?
I don't know what it's called.
It's called a scythe.
It's scythe. Okay, I don't know the name of that thing. He reels the scythe in the air. And the soul is just damned to just be poof, disappears.
Oh, you just spit on yourself.
Oh,
You're
man.
poof,
Poof.
Yeah, but yeah, they try to go. They try to go in the heaven door, and he just like brings the scythe down on them. Oh, okay. He's got two doors.
What if we have?
He's got one door on one side of his desk and one door on the other side of his desk. And we'll change the light so that one like when a Christian person comes up, one starts glowing red and one starts glowing white, and then like a Buddhist person comes in, or someone who believes in reincarnation.
Yeah.
They can go to either like the asylum where they like what is it? It's like the what isn't the way I think. It's like you can either be reborn again, or you can go to kind of like a paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd have like a glowing
sanctuary.
Golden door versus like a green door, representing like coming back as an animal.
Oh yeah.
You can even say to the person like, "Oh, well, would you like to go to I'm going to call it asylum. Yeah, would you like to go to asylum, or would you like to be reincarnated?" I'd like to be reincarnated. All right, you're gonna be a worm. All right, go.
What? Gets dragged through the door? No! Next.
He's got little assistants dressed up in black robes.
Yeah, that'd be the guys
They
dressed like
grab
little
him by the
shy guys.
shoulders. Yeah.
Or it'd be more funny to be like ancient gods that are just forgotten, and he has to like deal with all these like gods, and then there's like the god of Zeus, and he's like, "Do you have any souls for me left?" And yeah, and he's like, "No, one hasn't come to me." And then Zeus just like, "God, doesn't anyone believe in me anymore?" And walks away. And then Jesus just to the side, he's like, "Yeah, Grim Reaper," and he's like,
Yeah. Someone comes out or the golden or the glowing door. Someone walks in, and Jesus steps out, and like escorts them in, and then goes, "Hey,
all the
my
souls
boy."
that surely didn't believe. See, Jesus is like, "Oh, I believe now." Yeah, it's too late for that, buddy.
Okay. The Christian person who said is like, "Oh, I was holy." Runs to the glowing doors to try and get into heaven. The Grim Reaper sticks out his scythe, and then Jesus steps out. Holy music, and Jesus just steps out and pushes him by the face back into Hellboy,
Just no.
and then it walks back. It's just like
Dr. Phil, the Dr. Phil show or whatever, the meme one. He's like, no. Stop,
no,
stop, no.
Sit down, stop,
stop.
All right. So wait, we have some good ideas here. Let's give ourselves a timeline here.
Okay, so timeline to my understanding. If it starts off with our average Joe guy's average Joe store, place, or wherever he's working.
I think he's an old man. I think that's just a good. Because old men are supposed to be real fussy and like real determined.
I feel like it'd be more funny if it's like a 45, 50-year-old age guy who hates his life.
Yeah.
And then just dies. It's like a heart attack, dies with bad cholesterol or something.
All right, so he's a 45 to 50-year-old man at a retail store.
Yes.
Let's say a lady comes in and she causes trouble.
Yeah, it's just annoying. No, I like my bananas this way.
What should she be arguing about? Because we have to relate it to so that we can kind of compare it to the man arguing about no I didn't die, right?
Oh right.
She's returning something that she broke, and he's like, listen.
Well, I like the idea of him being on like an office, like a realtor office, where everything's just boring, and he has to deal with like complaints all the time. So maybe he's like the guy who has to deal with all the complaints for like a mail delivery thing, and every time something's delivered and it's broken or something, and the customers come complaining to him.
Oh yeah, people are coming in like getting packages from him. And like, and handing packages to the he's a mailman.
Yeah, and if they want to deliver something, it'd be just like the Grimm Reaper. You'd be like, okay, to the left over there, the retail's over there. If you want to post it here, get your stickers over there, that
just
way.
Put that box over there. Thanks. Next.
And then, like, in 1 second, he lays his head down. I like the ideas of the lights flashing to indicate him dying. Or we could also do something cool, like a technique, like maybe he collapses and doesn't know.
We could always have it like. He could be, for the listeners, we have a stage and then there's a curtain and then there's more stage behind that, which makes sense. So you have about a meter of stage in front of the curtain that's always exposed. You could put like the retail thing on one side of the stage there in the front, and then he's sitting there and he goes through that scene and the curtains are closed. And then when he dies, the curtains open, and there's like holy music and glowing lights. And he walks in. No one pays him any mind. So there's already people with the Grimm Reaper getting in line and doing their thing. Yeah. And he walks in and it's just like, huh? Wow. And then the people escort him into the line. So there'll only be like 3 people, but
it's a tapestry.
The shy guy people will come up, grab him by the shoulders, and like lead him to the line. If he tries to do anything, they'll be like,
well, this is another remake of the movie Ghost. You know, in the movie Ghost, when they die, those little demons drag them away. That'd be like his reference to them. Just a fun little pun like that.
The little demons drag them away. God, Shy Guys look like demons too. They're horrifying.
I like the original little red ones.
Yeah, they're like, okay, they're horrifying, but they're cute. If you look them like in the eyes, they're terrifying. But they're like little mushy bodies. Are adorable.
I've only ever seen them from the side.
I've only ever seen them from behind.
Oh. And he gets dragged in line, and then there's this Grimm Reaper guy. And then he's just got to just argue that he isn't dead.
Yeah.
To him, it'd be like his boss or something. Maybe it'll be like around Halloween time, so like he doesn't like everything's all spooky and shit, but he doesn't realize the difference.
Okay, I know this is backtracking a little bit. The lady can argue about she mailed a package and it wasn't received by the person. So he's just sitting there like, Miss, it's not our fault if you wrote the wrong address on your package.
Exactly, or like
that feels kind of like, well, maybe not, because I wanted something that feels kind of like it would sound similar to the Grimm Reaper being like, no, you're not dead. Or you are dead, shit.
You're not dead. I'm just a hallucination from those shrooms, man.
You're not dead. You just did way too many drugs. What are you doing?
What's wrong with you? I'm really your conscience. Stop. Get some help.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Stop. You almost made me drown like your son.
Well, I like the idea, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a lady. I mean, it's just multiple people. Doesn't have to be one in particular annoying.
Yeah, there could be multiple people who come in and he has to like tell them to bugger off.
Or maybe it is one person who annoys him, and then he can say something along the lines of like, "I don't understand how people can be like that," or like, "Why people could be so agitating and annoying," and then the comedic thing is he becomes that person.
He shuts her down because she comes in and is like arguing with him, and she's not even listening to what he's saying. It doesn't matter what he's saying. She's just going off on him like, "How could you dare mail my package to the wrong place? I'm trying to live my life as a young woman in this society, and you are mailing things. You're doing your job wrong, sir. Why are you being paid more than..."
What are you being paid for? I can't believe you would do such a terrible job at this job. You have to come here every day. You'd figure after you'd work this job every day, you would know what you're doing. I can't believe you would mess up in such a horrible, horrible way.
Ma'am, it's not my fault. I haven't even been working here for very long.
Well, I can see that. I'd like to talk to a manager. Oh, God.
Oh.
That's when he dies. The man just dies.
I'd like to talk to the manager. Manager speaking. Well, give me a phone number to call. Here. Ring. Hello, how can I help you?
Talk to the Grimm Reaper. I'd like to talk to your superior here. Oh, God.
A voice from the heavens.
Oh. Like God or like someone else. Well, first he has to ring them, and there's like all these phones, like all these friends, and he's like, "What do you believe in?" "I'm an atheist." "Well, then this is pointless."
What the fuck are you doing here then? All right, so she's not listening to him, and he has to shut her down. Just be like, by being, "Listen, man, I don't care. I'm just doing my job. Go home." Or like, "Leave me alone.
These are your options. Take it or leave it."
Exactly.
If you don't like it, I really
that's
don't
good.
care.
These are your options. Take it or leave it.
But stop. No. Stop.
Stop it. Get some help. You need it. All right. So
okay, that's the starting. But how are we going to prolong the story? What's our whole message here?
What's our whole message here?
Maybe it's the meaning of life and why we shouldn't waste it.
Oh, you're talking about theme here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a book. Maybe it's like saying how we write our life a book. And like at the end he shows him his published book of his life, and he's like, "This book sucks." And he's like, "You wrote the book. How do you not like your own book?"
"This is a shitty book, eh? You write the bad book.
You have shit book. Now I take you to where you belong after the purgatory process. There is a gift shop over here if you'd like to go."
The theme is, no matter what you believe in, death is all the same.
Yeah. It's death of the subconscious mind.
Yeah, so it's just...
I mean, yeah, it could be the idea of, well, like, what happens, or, like, death is pretty much all the same once you die. Right. And, like, to him, like, the Grimm Reaper has to explain that to everyone else, but, like, he gets annoyed.
That's his monotony. Everyone's like, "Wait, but isn't death supposed to be spectacular or something?" "No, you're dead."
Like, that's it, you're gone.
Fuck off, you're dead.
Leave.
All right.
But, no.
So he gets down there. He dies. Maybe the lady leaves, and then he has a heart attack and falls on the ground. And this is just stage direction, but like a black curtain.
The Grimm Reaper dies, and then the next Grimm Reaper comes in his replacement. One of the little shy guys is like the next Grimm Reaper.
He grows. He evolves.
He just grows up like, "I'm the new Grimm Reaper."
But okay, so he dies. Old man dies, or whatever.
Yeah, guy dies.
Human
dies.
And he wakes up. The shy guy dudes grab him and move him over to the desk.
Uh-huh. Yes, and then after they move him to the desk, that's where it all begins.
We're adding weird sounds because we're weird. You're welcome.
No, isn't this the definition of normal?
Now we're just doing weird things.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay on track.
So wait, let me write this down while you talk to the people.
Hello there, people. Nice day we're having. But no, essentially what we like is about this whole Grimm Reaper idea is it opens up a vast variety of options that we can explore more in depth, but we want to do it in a comedic way, in a way that everyone can understand, but there is nothing like nudging, like saying, after death, this is what happens. It's just the idea of it and having a fun time with it. I mean, it's all it really is.
I don't know what RJ just said. Okay.
It's the idea, just having a fun time at theater.
Oh yeah, I agree with this. Now, all right, so he gets moved to the line, and I think probably 3 people seems like a good number.
Yeah.
Probably like Christian should be involved because
that's
Christian
the one a lot of
people
people
in
know.
Canada. Then there's
do something foreign, and then we'll do.
I don't know. Reincarnation sounds fun.
Yeah, we could do stuff.
Then we can play with the lights, like I said. We can do the door things and make it green.
So then what happens when they're reincarnated as an animal, but that animal dies? Does the Grimm Reaper only have to deal with humans? Or what if there's like animals that die and he has to like herd a horde of sheep?
I think what if there's a Grimm Reaper for every species? That'd be great. There's like the Pig Reaper. He's like a pig dressed up in a big black cloak. He has a scythe taped to his back.
Multiple Grimm Reapers.
So he gets, yeah, okay, so we can do Christianity, reincarnation, Muslim seems fine.
Or Buddhist. What's the Buddhist religion?
I don't know what happens when you die as a Buddhist.
Huh.
Crap, I don't know.
We should probably really research all these world religions before we start making...
We are in a library, but... Nah.
Who cares?
It's alright, we have the internet.
Yeah,
Here, let's look up.
Internet's more.
Reincarnation.
I wouldn't say it's more accurate. I mean, it's faster.
Alright, we're going to the reincarnation Wikipedia here.
Oh, Wikipedia, the website anyone can change.
Oh, we have an ad from Wikipedia.
Oh, God.
This is a little awkward, so we'll get straight to the point. This Wednesday, we humbly ask you to protect Wikipedia's independence.
Wikipedia, its own independence. The clarification.
I feel bad. I would literally, if I was 18 and had a PayPal, I'd donate to Wikipedia.
I wouldn't donate anything.
I would donate to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia?
They help me a lot, though.
What, and like false advertisements?
What?
Yeah, you ever see those really like annoying advertisements that sometimes appear on the side and they like pop? That might just be a virus. Never mind.
Yeah, that's your viruses.
I think that might just be a virus.
The reason they're asking for donations is because Wikipedia doesn't do ads. Well, it advertises for its donations.
Well, don't they get like money from like the amount of people that use it?
No, that's not how the internet works.
I don't know how the internet works.
The internet works on ads. Everything on the internet's freaking paid by ads. It's terrible.
Who created Wikipedia?
Mr. Wiki.
Is that actually a guy? Who's Mr. Wiki?
RJ.
Who the hell is Mr. Wiki?
Do you not know the history of Wikipedias?
No.
Wikipedias are like old as hell.
Well, there's like those huge ass books in like libraries and shit.
Yeah, you get like a 4-inch thick
I meant
book.
the website though. Who made the website one there? There must have been someone.
I don't know, the people who make regular Wikipedias, probably.
So just random people.
No. People who bring together lots of
I want to know who made the website Wikipedia.
Who? No, oh, I don't know. We can look it up, I guess. Wait, why? We're getting sidetracked. Reincarnation, RJ. All right.
On Wikipedia.
It's found in. Oh, okay. So reincarnation is found in Indian religions, Jainism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Schism.
Or we'll just stick to reincarnation so we can have a vast variety of all.
Yeah, we'll just have like a general reincarnation. Oh yeah, so the Grimm Reaper doesn't deal in just direct religions. Like maybe he doesn't deal directly in Christianity, but he'll just be like, all right, so single god religion, multi-god religion, reincarnation kind of thing.
Well, I like that. Let's stick it to 3. I like the idea of just using the Catholic one and then reincarnation, and then the third one could be like atheists who just don't believe in anything.
Yeah, atheists. That's the third one. We have reincarnation, Christianity, Christian. Wow.
Words? What are they?
I don't know.
Just sounds we make.
Wait, what's the man's gonna be? What's the man's religion gonna be?
make him an atheist.
He's the oh yeah.
Maybe like
He's the asshole
Maybe
atheist.
he is. Maybe no. Okay, let's say maybe if he was born into like a Catholic family.
Okay.
And he is like, but he never followed any of the traditions. So like he was baptized and all that stuff.
Oh,
but
so
he didn't really actually believe and commit himself to the religion.
So the Grimm Reaper opens up the book and says atheist, and then he goes, "Wait, no, I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic." And then he's like, "Yeah, but what did you do on Sunday?" Well, I just had work and stuff. What?
We go to like a flashback to something stupid every Sunday this man's had.
He's on his back. That man lost no nut November.
Day 7.
No.
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding. All right. So he grew up Catholic or something, but now he's really atheist.
Yeah, he didn't follow any of the traditions, and now he's trying to play the card because he realizes there is an afterlife.
Yeah. All right. Oh, so he says, yeah, okay. Yeah. And then so wait, what the first person? What let's make the first person Christian because they're the boring one. Right?
Okay.
They're just the standard one that everyone's going to be like, "Oh, I'm a good Christian boy."
Yeah, that works. First one's Christian, and then our main character is Catholic, and then we have then the rest should be the reincarnated people who believe in reincarnation.
All right. So what kind of things should the Christian? I think the Christian should do that thing where like, "No, I don't want to go to hell." Well, sir, you didn't really practice very hard.
What's the difference between Christian and Catholics?
Dude, you're asking the wrong person.
Like, to me, isn't it the same thing? Like, don't they believe in a heaven and hell or something?
They do, but there's like specifics about it that they disagree on.
Yeah.
Like Jews and Catholics believe in the same like heaven and hell, but then they disagree.
Wait, I thought it was the Jews. So I thought they believed that there was. I think it was Jesus, and I think the Jews don't believe that Jesus returned or something. Like they believe in the first Testament.
They believe in the Testament. They basically believe in like the first half of the Bible, but not the second half.
Yeah, and then the second half is like the Catholic, and I don't know if the Christians share the same one.
We've offended so many people right now. They're just like, "Excuse me, we Catholics don't believe in hell. We believe in heal."
Yeah, we actually believe in this stuff right here.
We believe in HE double hockey sticks.
Christians just messed everything up. They're like, "We're offended. We actually do this instead of this." It's a work in progress, peeps.
All right. So the Christian guy, he insists on heaven. So he insists on heaven and tries to rush into heaven.
But that doesn't go so well.
Weird long pause there.
Yes.
So he tries to rush into heaven and he gets pushed back by Jesus and Grimm Reaper. Maybe like one of the shy guys can like jump out and try and stop him, but
I feel like we should have Jesus come in later.
No, you don't want immediate Jesus?
Because then everyone else would just be like, "Oh shit, Jesus really exists. I believe now." Because if everyone else is seeing it in the line.
No, because they all exist.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that part. Yeah, they all come out.
It's all real, right? So it's just like literally just you get sent to whatever you believe in.
Zeus is just sitting in the side.
Yeah,
no
Zeus
one
does
believes
not.
in me anymore.
Zeus is sitting all pissed off. All right, so he insists on heaven, but gets pushed back.
Yes. Hey.
Rest in peace, us, I guess.
Oh, what do you know? Weird bells.
Weird.
Are we dead?
Are we? RJ, the bells and whistles.
The bells and whistles of that guy in the air.
All right, so the Christian rushes to heaven, gets pushed back.
Yes, he gets pushed back, and then Jesus comes out like, "Nah,
bitch." And then he gets pushed into hell, and the reincarnated person walks up.
Yes, reincarnated person, like, wait, so they believe in a paradise?
I think so.
Let's just stick it straight to just reincarnated. Like maybe like they start arguing with the Grimm Reaper. Like, no, I want to come back as a bird. He's like, it's completely randomized. We throw you through this door, and whatever's being born just is.
Oh, she's really the person's really polite, and it's just like, excuse me, I'd like to come back as a beautiful swallow, and he's just like, I'm sorry, man, that's not how it works. You're gonna come back as something random. There's no connection to spirit animals. What you want, what you don't want, it's just random. And then she's like, what? That I didn't believe in this so that I could become something random. I wanted to become a beautiful bird and fly. He's like, well, there's lots of species of birds out there. Dodo. All right.
What if it's just as a funny comedic, like in the very end of the show, the girl that was giving him all the trouble in the beginning, like the last thing she says is like, "See you in hell." Man, just for being an atheist, goes to hell and sees her there. Let's make sure that our podcast is going quite well. Not sure if this affects. Oh, we're good. We're golden. We're golden, pony boy.
We're golden, pony boy.
We're golden.
Still recording for 13 minutes. Holy shit!
Whoa!
Wow, we missed her.
Well,
All right.
even longer because like the other ones.
Oh,
we
yeah,
put it all together.
All right, so she argues with the Grim Reaper.
Grimm Reaper tries to explain. Does she get rowdy, or did she just send her to the
No,
door?
I think he explains it, and she's like really distraught, but she just goes in the door anyways.
We need a comedic form on that.
Well, I think when we like type it out, it'll be
Much more easier and developed.
yeah. Yeah. So he would. Then the guy comes up, and he
Yes.
starts arguing with the.
That he isn't dead, and the Grimm Reaper's like, "Bud, what do you think this is? You're dead." And then Buddy's like, "This is just my job. I need out." He's like, "Fine, am I dead? Where's the great man in the sky, and who are you?"
Wait, so they argue about being Christian?
Yeah. What if he's like, he doesn't know who the Grimm Reaper is, and he's like, "Who are you?" Grimm Reaper's all offended, looks to the side, it's like employee of the month on the wall.
He's got like 100 employees of the month.
It's like the SpongeBob episode where he has all the employees just beside one another.
All right, so he's the Grim Reaper and the man are arguing about being Christian, and then he's like, "Well, who are you to say?" I don't know either one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just say Christian.
Yeah, so he's arguing about being Christian, and
The Grimm Reaper is like, "Well, on this report right here, it says otherwise."
well, who are you to say?
You say that report's false news, fake news.
That's fake news. Yeah. Maybe he tries to.
Well,
I was just thinking, what if okay, if he's an atheist, maybe he gets pulled aside. He's told like, all right, so you're an atheist then?
it's like a closet. They didn't expect anyone to like go that far because when all the religions were made, they couldn't comprehend like no one just believing in nothing because so people were controlled. So like they don't know what to do with atheists. So there's like a closet and there's like thousands of people in there. He's like, "Stay in here."
Oh, the shy guys take him by the hands and lead him into a room. And he's like, they open the door and there's just like a whole bunch. He opens the door.
Since it's like a closed closet and it's pitch black in there, we could
Have your attention, please. The Market Club is starting now in room 121.
Just a little
The Market
announcement,
Club is starting now in room
We're in the
121.
penitentiary right now. We're discussing when we get out.
That's really weird that
No, okay, so the whole
well,
it's like a closet, right? And the whole stage can go pitch black, the whole entire theater, not anything in sight. And then you could just hear sounds in the dark and be like, "Wait, what's going on?" And you hear multiple voices, and then maybe he pulls out like a lighter and goes and when the lighter finally ignites and there's that little light, we could have a light come on to like initiate like the show everything. You could have all these people standing on stage.
So the Grim Reaper tells him that he's an atheist and needs to go down to the room, and he gets led down there by the people, and then the final gag is flicking the lighter and seeing all the people.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're all sitting there just going, "Well, God doesn't exist."
This sucks. Lame. There's like an emo kid who's like, "I was only here because my mother didn't believe in me."
Joy Skitch, come to the main office. Joy Skitch to the main office. Also, the Indigenous Student Club is meeting now in room 128. I'll repeat, the Indigenous Student Club is meeting now in room 128.
Maybe like that waiting room of the atheist is a waiting room to go to hell.
Oh no!
And then when they go to hell, you can just like it can take off more, and maybe he meets like Satan or Lucifer, whatever you want to refer to him as, and he doesn't want anything to do with him. And he goes through all these different religions, and none of them want anything to do with him. So the Grimm Reaper doesn't know what to do with this guy, so he sends him back to Earth, and then he wakes up in his body, and now he's forever immortalized, doomed to walk the Earth.
Wait, how do we portray that in the theater stage, dude?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. You just got to switch the scenes. Maybe you have multiple times the curtains opening and closing. When the curtains close, you bring it up stage to that little format we have when the curtains are closed. And when they're closed, you're setting up the next part. So, like, for being an atheist, he gets sent to the closet. After the closet part, he walks up to center stage in the front, and then it closes. And then as he's having this thing, it's like, oh, man, this really sucks. Opens up, and it's hell.
The Architecture Club is meeting now in room 138. I'll repeat, the Architecture Club is meeting now in room 138.
Maybe it's not a closet. Maybe it's an elevator, and the curtains can represent the doors closing.
Oh, yeah.
You can have like an elevator sound in the background, and it's like really shitty, like elevator music, like.
It's got like a little Beatles jingle going on.
Some person like complains about the elevator being too cramped, and then the person looks over to the side like, "Hey, we used to even not have elevators. It's like some sketchy ass stairs, looking like the SpongeBob ones when there's like that huge, and it creaks." And then when they opens up, that will be the door to hell. And like you could have the big stage presence of Lucifer, the devil,
the demon lord. Huh. So you think you want him to like he goes to the atheist closet
or elevator now
and they take him down to
hell.
So that maybe they like come down and there's like the whole elevator with all the people in it, so it's glowing red. So we turn on like the red lights.
Yeah.
And then Lucifer walks out on stage and is just like, I need extra souls, and just like grabs it. The atheists are like they can fill in any spots. He's like, I need some souls, and grabs some people and leaves.
He needs like new demons too, so some of them have the opportunities to work for him, and the ones that aren't good enough just get fired.
Should he grab the guy or should he not?
Like
Do you think we should grab the character or no?
Yeah, you can grab him. Like, what do you mean? When they're out of the elevator, they get grabbed?
When they come down to Lucifer and Lucifer grabs a whole bunch of people, should he grab the main character or no?
Well, yeah, he's got to get the hell somehow.
All right.
So he gets engulfed by Lucifer and he goes down the hell. And then, like, he just annoys the holy heck out of him, like, questioning all these questions, and Lucifer doesn't even want anything to do with him.
Oh, he gets made devil status. He gets made devil status, so he has to go, like, you know how people always say, like, oh, devil's infected his mind. He has to go do that. But then the old man's just like, I don't want to do another boring job.
This sucks. Or there's this one funny story I heard once, or it was just a story. It was just supposed to be about these two native people who die, right? And when they die, they go to purgatory. And it's deciphered of where they would go, and they go to heaven. And first they go to hell. And when they're in hell, they start complaining to Lucifer or Satan. They're like, hey, can you turn these rocks up? They ain't hot enough. Because they like the hot massage on their feet, and it feels nice to them.
Right.
They lay in the fire, they're like, to them it's like a sweat lodge, and they're on the rocks. They're like, these rocks aren't hot enough. Can you turn it up? So Satan calls back to the Grimm Reaper, and he's like, I don't want these guys. I don't know what to do with them. Get them out of here. So they get out of hell. And then Grimm Reaper's like, I guess you go to heaven. So they go to heaven, and now they're in the gates of heaven. And when they're in heaven, they see an angel, and they start plucking their feathers. And they're like, ow, and they keep plucking, and they start making these headdresses. And then God's like, tells them to stop. And he's like, fine, we will. So he goes to younger angels, and they're plucking all these feathers and just making life hell up there. So God calls the Grimm Reaper. He's like, listen, I can't deal with these guys. Get them out of here now.
Get
So
them
he
out
goes
of
back,
here.
and the Grimm Reaper's like, well, fuck.
Wow.
This has never happened. And it's like that. That's like the basis of what my thought process was. It's like he goes to hell, but Satan doesn't want him. God doesn't want him.
Right.
So he switches religion. Zeus doesn't want him. So he's reincarnated and like something.
Right. He gets turned into a worm, and he's just there like, I don't want to eat dirt.
It's like
I don't want to eat dirt.
He just hates jobs. This guy, that's his personality trait.
He's just lazy.
He's a lazy ass guy.
All right, so he becomes like a demon, but he doesn't want to do anything. So Lucifer's just like, well, fuck you then, and kicks him out, and he goes to heaven. And
Back to purgatory first, then heaven.
back. One second.
And after he goes back to purgatory, then that's like when it initiates the next segment.
Excuse?
C'est vrai? Question mark?
Huh.
Oh, we still golden.
We are still golden.
Oh my, I'm Cordelia.
Katana.
And as he's in all these different places, you can meet like different characters who like were sent there as like for eternity.
Yeah.
So it opens up a vast variety.
He's just like, well, that sounds like shit.
That sucks.
All right, so he goes back to a purgatory. The Grimm Reaper sends him to heaven.
Yes. And then after heaven, he does some stuff happens. He gets sent back to purgatory. So now the Grimm Reaper's bamboozled. Like, well, nobody wants you.
Oh my god, dude!
Just like his father.
What if he gets sent back to purgatory from heaven, and then he's just like, the Grimm Reaper doesn't know what to do, so he's just like, do
That's when
something to
Zeus
me
comes
where I
in.
don't have to do any work, and then he gets reincarnated as a bee. Zeus comes out.
Because remember, Zeus is on the side. He's like, no one believes in me, or no one goes to him because no one believes in the Greeks anymore.
Oh my god, we learn about Zeus at the line. He's coming up to people going like, "Are you sure you don't believe in Greek mythology? Come on."
Come on.
And then
Grimm Reaper nudges over him like,
at this last scene, then the Grimm Reaper's just like, "Fine, Zeus, you can have him."
Zeus is all excited. He's like a Jehovah's Witness at the door. He's like, I've never got this far. Well, come on in.
I've never got this far. All right, so he gets sent to Zeus now. Should he annoy Zeus or should he...
Maybe it's like, no, the joke is no one ever believed in Zeus, and there's no one in his realm at all. So he sits at the dinner table of all these Greek gods, but then like he annoys them.
Wait, all right, so Zeus...
Like the joke is Zeus is just a failure.
And he's like a bad party person. He's just sitting there with like
He's a
with
bad
a
host.
man just like, so you come here. Oh wait, so you
Get a lot of visitors.
do you like games? We could do something like yeah.
It's like Zeus's like realm is like population is 0. He's all excited, scratches it off of a piece of chalk, and now 1.
All right, so he's a kind of like a bad party host, but he's super eager.
Indeed.
And then what?
Well, then something's gonna happen where he gets kicked out of there. 'Cause then
The old man escapes from Zeus, and like someone's being reincarnated by the Grim Reaper, and the kid runs out, or the man runs out.
Maybe it's like a door,
and jumps through one of the doors and becomes like
not even that. Maybe it's maybe like the Grimm Reaper has to like zap someone or something for them to be like reincarnated, and that's the process for them being reincarnated. But the door where Zeus is, when he escapes Zeus's realm, he comes out like really fast, like barging through, and he accidentally hits the guy who's about to be reincarnated as something that he really wants. And there's only like one position left in it, and he gets tapped, and he's reincarnated as what the guy wanted. So now the other guy's stuck there, and he gets reincarnated. He's back on Earth now.
And yeah, he jumped. It should be something stupid like a bee. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I like that. So he runs out, pushes the guy aside, and the Grim Reaper's like,
it's not even, and it's not even pushing him aside like a dick move. It's just completely by accident. Like the second he comes out of the door, he comes out with so much momentum that he accidentally bumps the guy out of his place, and he's the one like, no, and then now he's reincarnated.
The Grim Reaper's just like, I can't undo that. Well, I can't turn. Oh man, I like that. So now he's just like...
The guy who was supposed to be reincarnated, that was the only chance he had, and he just missed out on it.
The Grim Reaper grabs the guy and takes him over to Zeus, and is like, well, here you go.
The guy just throws his hat down, like, I knew I should have believed in something else.
All right.
Decent. Yeah, and then the ending is he's a bee.
He's a bee.
Guess that really stung.
Right. All right. That was a lot of crazy info, but I think we did it.
I think we have a story.
We recorded our first episode of something.
Hey, the Cartmobile.
The Cartmobile
Cartmobile Adventures.
Perfect. All right.
Good. A little pony horse.
Now we have to learn how to edit. All right. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
And frogs.
And froges.